Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Sheikh.
Alaykum
I'm
salam wa
new
rahmatullahi
Shia.
ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yeah.
My name is Steven. I'm calling you from Italy.
Yes,
Uh,
brother Stephen.
I took my Shahada in Shiaism like 2 weeks ago on Layatul al-Qadr, and I'm currently studying the philosophy of Shiaism in itself. Before becoming Shiaism, before taking my Shahada, I was a Catholic. So I have few questions about absolute divine simplicity, if you don't mind, Sheikh.
Sure,
Do
my
we
pleasure.
hold Do we hold as Shiaism the fact that God is absolutely simple? And if yes, do we hold that God is pure act and pure being?
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't have any parts. Having parts would require to be physical, because any part there will, so look at our parts, right? Something is on the right, something on the left, something is above, something is, my head is above, my torso is lower,
Yes.
right hand, left hand, something is outside, the skin is outside, and then there are bones, and then there's blood and internal organs. So these are parts. These are parts. If something is not physical, there's nothing left. There's no right. There's no inside. There's no outside. So he just is. There are no parts. So he's
Alhamdulillah.
sheer. He's simple. Okay.
I have another question, if you don't mind,
Sure.
Sheikh.
Sure.
Because like I was doing lives and I host lives to do some dawah, inshallah, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like these few days, since I'm studying Najal Balaga, I'm reading it now, and like even Al Kafi in itself, I found myself in a position which they asked me, for example, regarding Allah Azza wa Jalla having two wheels. How do we reconcile that?
Oh, two wills.
Yeah,
Two
two
wills.
wheels.
So wills are so will, the understanding the hadith of will is a little complicated, because will, al-mashiyya wal-irada, will and desire. These two words have not always been used in Quran and Sunnah in the same sense. They have been used in different senses. So one is, will is that Allah is not as Allah has free will. He's a living, and he has a free will, and he does what he desires. He's not coerced. What does that mean? Let me go here one moment. Because there's no change in Allah, there's anything that undergoes change, it means it has time. If anything has time, it has a beginning and an end. So there's no change in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, when Allah decides something or Allah wills something, it's not like you and me, because there's change in us. We don't know what we are going to do, then we decide to do something. Then there's a change, a decision making, a change in us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not like that, because there is no change in him. So his will, his knowledge with regard to the preferability of doing something. That's one meaning of will. Yeah. One meaning of, the other meaning of will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not have any will like us people. That is just, if Allah wills something, he just does it. He just does it, and he does not have any will in that sense. So these are two different meanings of will. One moment. I pull up.
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh.
Yeah. One moment. And then there's another meaning of will and irada, which means that Allah, if Allah wants something or Allah wills something, it simply means that he knows about it. And Allah, and then there's another, so the one you are referring to is to this meaning, two wills, okay? One will is knowledge. For instance,
okay.
Allah, people who commit sins, Allah has wanted, as Allah has willed that they commit sin. That doesn't mean Allah is happy, Allah is going to reward them. That's Allah's command. It simply means that Allah knows that they are going to commit sin. Allah created this world, and Allah knew, I'm going to allow, when I'm giving them free will and I'm creating them for them the opportunity to either do good or bad, they're all going to do bad. So this is Allah. So if somebody's doing a sin by the will of God, it doesn't mean that Allah really desires that. Allah is happy with that. Allah is going to reward for that. No, it simply means Allah knows about that. And the other will means the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his pleasure, his reward. That Allah desires and Allah likes that you do good things. So that means Allah has commanded for you to do good things. So this is the one that you're referring to, that Allah has two Mashiach, two irada, and two wills. One will means knowledge, the other desire means that he has commanded something to do. So if someone is doing bad things in the world, he commits murder, he rapes a woman, he does bad things. Allah has willed for this to happen. If there is an assertion in Quran and Sunnah that it happens by the will of Allah, it doesn't mean this is something that Allah loves. It means that Allah knows about it. This is Mashiatul Ilm. And if Allah, when we find in Quran and Sunnah that Allah wants you to pray, Allah wants you to speak the truth, Allah wants you to be a good person, this will means that Allah wants it. This is not only knowledge, but also the command of God, the command of Allah. Okay, this is my answer for the two wills and two desires. Sure.
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh. If I may ask you another question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
For example, from my perspective, that I just became a Shia, right? And I want to get more knowledge regarding the madhabs and which school of thought that I should pick as a Shia. Which one would you recommend for someone that believes in absolute divine simplicity like I do?
So the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam in this regard is more profound and without any mistake and error that you would find anywhere in the world. All other thoughts, all other assertions are mingled with errors and mistakes, and they will lead you astray. Philosophy of philosophers or kalam, all of them they have errors in them. So the only thing herein about Allah's simplicity, Allah's sifat, Allah's attributes, the only place that you will find pure knowledge, pure guidance without any errors and mistakes are the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam in this regard.
Jazakallah khairan, Sheikh. May Allah bless you.
Thank you so much.
And
Allah bless you, brother.
if I have more questions, inshallah, I come back again.
Of course.
God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum wa rahmatullah. May Allah keep you well. Okay.
Alama,
Next caller,
a sister asked a question. Is Allah energy?
No. Allah is all powerful, and His power is His essence. So there is no combination is His essence. So we undergo weakness and power. Our energy, our power is not our essence. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His essence is. So, but He is almighty. We know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not incapable. His might, His power simply means that He is never weak. That's what it means. He is never weak. He is never unable. Okay? So He doesn't have a sifa. He doesn't have an attribute such as energy. No. And God is not energy. Energy is a physical thing. Energy is matter, right? Energy is a material thing. That's not Allah. Energy does not think. Energy has a beginning, has an end. Energy transfers from place to place. Energy is not compassionate. Energy does not create anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not have any beginning, any end. He is living. He is all hearing, all seeing. And He is all powerful. When we say He's all powerful, it doesn't mean that there's a body and it is very strong, right? No. There is no body. There's an essence that's unlike any other thing. That doesn't have time, that doesn't have space. And that essence, there is no weakness in Him. He's not incapable. When we say power actually is the negation of weakness. He doesn't have any weakness in Him with regard to anything. Okay? When we say He's knowledgeable, it means that He is not ignorant about anything. When we say He is Sami', that He is not deaf with regard to any sounds, no matter how minute, no matter how low that sound is.